are actually doing a YouTube. This is our first YouTube video.
Yay!
So.
And I'm just happy we're doing it. We just figured it was a good way to really broaden our audience, not just with Instagram, but we want to be able to reach more people. I think we do a great job reaching people in our offices and a few people with Instagram, but we figure with this platform we can really reach people with our knowledge, our silliness, our realness. You won't find a lot of jargon based, which is important, I think.
You'll find some jargon, but hopefully we'll get to explain it. Hopefully we'll get to explain it.
Which then I may even be surprised, like, is that what that's called that we're doing? So he's the brains in this operation.
Hardly. We in trouble. But let's just say this. I'm Dr. Wade Green.
I'm Marcia Cummings.
And we are Illumine LLC. And just to give you guys some background information on us, because that's the purpose of this, we are actually located in Waldorf, Maryland. That's in Charles County.
Yeah.
We own our own private practice.
3 years now.
3 years. We're working on number 4.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll be coming to 4 in February. So
yes.
We're almost at 3.5 years. And this has been a long time in the making. It's funny, we actually met 2005.
Was it 2005?
I think it was about that one place down in
Trico. Yes.
Trico. We met there, and well, I guess we just connected from there. And over time, we've just ended up
working at the same
places. And it wasn't intentional. A couple of times intentional.
Yes.
But for the most part, it was just like, hey, do you know this place? Oh yeah, I'm there. And we just decided after putting so much time and effort into others' businesses and seeing how we wanted to do things differently, that we wanted to kind of get out there and
do our own.
So
if they can do it, we can do it.
And I want to give Dr. Green all the credit because he was the brainchild really behind it. I was working full time. He was working part-time contract jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And so he really took the lead. So I don't always give him his praises, but I truly appreciate what you put in to really build this. And then when I came in I was doing it part-time. When I came in full-time last January, that, I mean, it was already flowing so well because of the work he's done that I would say my job was easy.
Well, this is the creative side. This is definitely the creative side.
Well, I'm the hyper one.
Creative.
And he lets me.
Because we would not be doing this YouTube today if it was not for Marcia. Definitely not, because this is out of my comfort zone. I love looking at YouTube, but it's so out of my comfort zone. So.
But I also knew that we really needed to reach a bigger audience because we have, well, at least I like to think, maybe I'm a little conceited about us, but I think we have a good message to share. We don't limit our message. And even though I joked earlier and said we don't use a lot of jargon, but I think the way our approach is that it's very, well, I think we make mental health very approachable. Sometimes we can be so caught up in the complexity of the I'm trying to think of the word, the complexity of the language or the books and what we've learned that we forget the humanistic side of it. Mm-hmm. And I really feel like we both approach that. We keep it 100, probably sometimes a little too 100. We've admitted in our other videos we curse in sessions.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and not even lie.
Depending on the client.
I will probably slip a curse word here and there. I'm not even going to act like I'm always going to be clean cut. I always refer to myself as the tatted counselor because it's just, that's who I am. I'm the hippie one of us.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So you'll hear me even refer to a lot of mental health stuff as energy because that's just how I see it. You see my little crystals behind us. I believe in surrounding us with good energy. And luckily I have a partner who just kind of goes with it. He may not always get it, but he's like, look, do you? It's working. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
But even though I'm the creative, like I said, I'm the hyper one. I'm all over the place. He is the calm, where it's like, okay, Marcia, breathe. Okay, how do we do this? Well, he was resistant to this, but over time, I was able to prove to him that this worked.
It's effective. It's effective. So what we actually want to accomplish with, I guess, YouTube is that we want to be able to reach out to multiple people. We want them to be able to reach back to us. So if there are life questions that you have that you want to ask us, are there situations you would like for us to talk about? We want to bring up mental health, of course, wellness,
life.
And life.
Yeah, just life. I mean, most people come in counseling just for life issues, not always these serious mental health like we tend to push on television or you see. Most people come in just for life issues, just reconnecting to themselves, figuring out where their place in the world, who they are, changes in life, adjusting to changes with grief and divorce or empty nest syndrome. And so I think we'll be able to cover it all because of our, our, not just as therapists, but just because of our own life experiences too. And we're not shy to share a little bit and divulge a little bit with that. So I think that's very helpful too, so that people remember that therapists are human too.
Definitely.
We do forget that. And then I think it's also, oh, by the way, any questions you do send us via email or you will stay anonymous. We will not share any personal information but the question that you ask. And we may share, if you do share a lot of details, we may share some of those details. So got to put that out there. Also, this does not replace counseling or the therapeutic relationship.
I was just thinking that.
Very important that this is just a subsidy, that hopefully this will encourage you to go to counseling, or if nothing else, tap something within that maybe you hadn't considered, but it's an opportunity to add to your growth. But of course, if needed, definitely seek counseling. You can reach out to us to refer. We are licensed in Maryland, and I do online counseling for DC and Virginia. We do online counseling for Maryland as well. So, but if it's outside that realm, we can definitely send you to some channels that will provide you with
send you a referral to someone that's in your area.
Or at least a website that can help you find a variety of therapists. So we definitely do that. Feel like we missed anything?
I can't think of anything at this moment.
Well, I'm going to ask you some questions.
Ask.
All right, so how many years have you been in this field? And not just licensed?
In this field since 2000.
Wow. Okay. How did you
My
start?
first job was PRP, which is a psychiatric rehabilitation program. And, good God, who was that with?
It's been a while, huh? Almost 20 years if you think about it.
Yeah. I can't remember who it is with
okay.
right now. Oh, Affiliated Sante Group.
Okay.
Yes.
And just from there, you...
From there, of course, I graduated from Bowie State University.
Bowie in the house.
And from there, I just worked
we
at
never saw each
multiple
other at Bowie.
agents. No, we never did.
And because you finished when? 2000? I finished in 2002. I was first graduating class to do the December March in 2002.
I think I did 2002 in the fall. Did I? In the spring? You know,
that year. Somewhere in that year.
Yeah.
And how did we never end up in a class together? That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was. I know it was the summer. It
Right.
was. I have no clue.
That is fine. So we both graduates of Bowie State University, and I would say is your passion for it. What's something that really lets you know you've done a good job?
Something that lets me know I've done a good job. I think when people come to that realization, you ask that one question, and it makes them stop and realize, like, oh my gosh, I never thought about that.
I like that. Okay. I think that's a good. Okay, and what have you ever been burnt out from the field?
Of course.
Okay. Now, how have you practiced self-care?
I will take off a couple days
Good.
and try to get myself together.
Cool.
I have done that.
Right.
I honestly, I have canceled a couple days just to get myself
To
together.
regroup. No, and that's important. So as we know, self-care is important, especially as therapists, because not only we in the office doing work, but we have our own lives, and we put the therapist hat up, and we got our own life stuff and things we have to deal with. So I think that's great. I think any more questions for you?
I have one for you.
Okay.
What got you to this field?
I've known since middle school. Funny enough, I just really love. I was that person. I always want people around me to feel good. It drove my dad crazy. If it was someone's birthday and no one had done anything, let's say I had $5 in my pocket, I'd fold paper, make a card, get everyone to sign it, and then put the $5 in. I was like, well, Dad, I want them to feel good, and drove him crazy. But now he says, he learned to appreciate that about me. That if you're going to be around me, you're going to feel good for some reason. And I know I didn't always feel good then. I didn't know where I fit in the world, all that stuff. We'll talk about sure in episodes. And I just guess I didn't want other people to do that. And then I was the geek that loved the guidance counselors. Like Mr. McCourt was my middle school guidance counselor. Loved him to death. And then high school, I can't remember the guys counselor from there, but I was the one that just always wanted to be in the office with them. And now I did go into school as an elementary education major because, of course, the family was like, "Oh, you need a job that's guaranteed and this and that." But then I realized I'd kill somebody's kid. No, I'm joking. But just a whole group of them with attitude was just a little much. I can handle one kid or two kids with attitude in my office, but like 30 of them, ooh, I would be the one needing therapy then. So I decided to get back into this, and even though I was told, you never get a job, it won't pay a lot, it won't, black people don't go to counseling.
Yes, I've
You'll
heard
never
that
had
one.
you never have any clients. I just knew this is what it was. This was for me. So that's
Okay.
how I ended up here. So yeah, nothing diverse. So at least since middle school. But before that, I always say I was a healer and always.
Okay. And that works with your hippie side too, with
Yeah.
the energy, the crystals, and
See, he knows me well.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have a
So
crystal over my door. I looked up one day. I was like, "What is that?" It's a
it
crystal.
keeps negative energy out, or anyone that would come in to cause you harm. So everyone should have selenite over their door. I have it in my house. I gave my husband's cousin just moved to the area. I put one right over her door.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of for this very first one?
No, I think that was a really good introduction for us, and they got to kind of see why this is really our passion. And I think we both are very passionate. I think that's why it was no coincidence that we've continued. Here we go, my hippie side. The synchronicity. It was no coincidence that we've just continued to find these jobs at the same time or reconnect no matter what was going on since 2005, if you think about
Well, I think it's no mistake that we're here
it. Right. Well, that's
doing
what I was going to lead to. And then,
together.
then to get to this point, that, I mean, think about it. We shared an office together for almost a year and they drive each other crazy. Well, I'm talking about with the Navy contract job. So the fact we didn't kill each other then, I think that let us know, okay, we can get along. And then even when we started, we shared an office and made that work. And so, like I said, I think there's no coincidence that we're here. And even now I'm doing this because it allows us to reach such a broader audience. And even if, I always say, if people don't come to us, if we get them in counseling in any form or fashion, or if we motivate them, to me, we've just done that. We've done a great job.
Okay.
So that's all I got. Anything you want to add?
I can't think of anything else, but there will be more videos. And please, if you have anything that you would like us to discuss,
Leave a comment, feedback. We'll also include an email below, so that way you can email us any questions, concern, or something you may even think we've missed in any of our YouTube videos, because we can miss things or forget things. So let us know and we'll follow up.
and just make sure you remember to like and subscribe.
Oh, good point. Make sure you do.